Hi everybody, welcome to the Student Learning Support Service. My name is Lauren and today we're talking about group work. First of all, why is group work so important even though you probably don't feel great about it? And what are some of the most important skills that you need to do it well? So I think it's pretty safe to say that if there's one type of assessment guaranteed to get a reaction out of students, it's group work. A lot of students really don't like group work, and there are quite a few good reasons for this. You might feel like relying on other people is quite risky because you don't want others to jeopardize your grades. If you're aiming for a HD, but your teammates are only aiming for a pass, that can cause some conflict. You can't control the quality of the work of other people. That can give some people some anxiety. What if your teammates don't meet your deadlines or cause you to fall behind? And plus, sometimes dealing with conflict and some of the issues that can come out around team management can be actually really quite stressful. On top of this, you may feel like you don't know your team very well. Think about your favorite team or a team that you consider to be really successful. It might be a sports team or a music group. They've probably been working together for a really long time. They have a rapport, they respect each other, and importantly, they know each other's strengths and weaknesses. But when you're put together in group work at uni, you sometimes don't know each other very well. You don't know each other's strengths and weaknesses. And this can make things seem even more difficult. But it doesn't have to. In fact, a lot of studies have dispelled some common myths that the best teams have members who like each other or are friends outside of their teams. Think about teams of medical professionals who come together under quite stressful circumstances sometimes to deliver urgent patient care. In the workforce, it is almost impossible to get away with day-to-day life without having to collaborate with others. According to one study, the time spent by managers and employees in collaborative activities has increased by over 50% just in the last 2 decades. And it's pretty safe to say that that figure isn't going anywhere. And even if you think you've got it made, you're going to work alone as a freelancer, think again. You're still going to have to engage with clients and other professionals in order to even just get work. Trust me, I know. You're going to be working with others in teams of professional practice for patient or client care, when you're delivering projects or outcomes, plus just problem solving and getting together in those staff meetings to resolve issues within the team, with networking, of course, when you have to meet new people. You'll need to rely on others for your own performance, and they'll need to rely on you. And sometimes, the health and well-being, sometimes the lives of your patients or clients can come down to how well a team can work together. So in many cases, the stakes on teamwork are actually really high. And much like in your professional life, there are lots of different ways that you'll engage in teamwork at uni. It might be simply in small groups in class, in case studies, in joint projects and presentations, or even working together in university clubs and societies. So really what I want you to take away from this video is that group work is an incredibly useful learning tool, and really it should be embraced. This is a chance for you to practice many of those skills that are going to be so important to you when you leave university. You're going to get to learn from all of those people with different perspectives, experiences, and backgrounds to you. You're going to have, more hands on deck, makes work easier when you've got lots of people working on it to tackle those complex problems, to brainstorm new and innovative ideas. And of course, you're going to practice your management, your coordination, your cooperation, your communication, and your conflict resolution skills. Because you know what? Studies show that those who work well in teams are better at innovating, they are more productive, and they are better problem solvers. So here are 4 traits that are going to make you a good team member. Firstly, communication. A few years ago, Google did a huge study that looked at what made the most effective teams. They found that indeed it was not about personality, about friendship, even about your own personal skill set or backgrounds. It was about safe and open communication. Successful teams feel safe communicating with each other. They distribute conversations evenly and ensure that everyone has a turn to speak. And so this might mean giving each person a platform at each meeting, or it might mean swapping the leadership duties so that everybody has a turn as you move through your project. Successful teams are also aware of one another's experiences and feelings. They pay attention to when someone feels upset or left out, and they do something about it. Essentially, psychological safety is key. What matters is how you treat each other. The next important trait is dependability. Can you rely on each other to get things done? So as a team, can you come to a consensus about how you will work together? What is your preferred method of communication? How often will you meet? Does everyone have a clear idea of their roles and responsibilities? And this is related to the next trait, which is structure and clarity. It's important to be clear about the goals of each team, each member's role and responsibility, and create clear deadlines and schedules. And next, make sure that each member feels valued and knows their impact. Does each person know not just what they're going to do, but how it's going to contribute to the overall project? Now, I will be breaking a lot of this down more in the next module, all about team management. Now, obviously, group work differs from project to project. There's no one magical group work assessment kind of formula that fits all. So just a couple of little things to keep in mind. Remember, firstly, that it is not necessarily about the product when it is a group work assignment that you've been given. Much of the time, it really is about that process. It's about learning how to work with others. Your tutors want to see that you can manage a team and manage yourself within a team well. And so this means that teamwork, collaboration, and communication are often just as important as that final product. And for this reason too, there may be some kind of reflective or self-assessment element to your group assignment and to your performance as a part of a team. So keep these things in mind. Remember that even though it's difficult, this is part of the process. It's part of the reason why you've been assigned group work. So that's my brief introduction to group work at uni and why it's so important. In the next module in this series, we're going to be taking a much closer look at team management, how we manage this project and how we manage our communication. But until then, good luck and I will see you soon.